This is the bar right here. So we definitely appreciate you from our beginnings. Looking at you, man, it's definitely been an honor. So let's just get right to it, man, because there's a lot to unravel. You know what I'm saying? An old guy a couple of days ago, I was coming from football practice, and he hit me with a text, and it was you and Umar Johnson, the Godcast and Umar Johnson. I'm like, oh,
yes,
shit.
Sir.
There's
I used that one today, actually, even though the whole internet had raped it before I even put it out.
Yeah, it was explosive, brother.
It was yeah. It was good, man. It was needed though. It was needed.
Yeah, salute to him for even doing it, because I would have had no idea that he would even do that. How did y'all hook that up?
Well, I've had Dr. Umar's math for quite some time. You know, we had casually spoken here and there, never really any long conversations, but I think he invited me to maybe introduce him at one of his talks that he was having in New York City, but I was going away on vacation at that time, and I couldn't do it, and, you know, but I was up for it. I was down for it. But that never happened. So I don't know. People just started saying, "Yo, we want to see Umar Johnson on the show." You know, just started listening to the comments basically, and so I hit him up, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll come on the show." You know, beyond. I don't think maybe he thought that I was gonna ask him the type of questions that I asked him, though.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and that's, you know, probably why he was so, you know, ready to come on. He probably just thought it was going to be just, you know, real fluff, you know, promotional type of piece or whatever. But I felt like I had to ask certain hard questions for the people because, you know, the people want to know. And we, you know, we can't have just people in our community that say the right things but then do the wrong things. You know what I mean? We need your actions to be in step with what you're saying as well. So I just wanted to just bring them on and just do the knowledge, you know, and let the people see for themselves.
Now, how's it been afterwards? Do you feel any more? Did he convince you that he may not be what they call, a lot of people call him a scammer after that? Or do you feel like, all right, he kind of justified what he's doing, taking 10 plus years to open up a school?
Let me ask you, what did you get from it?
I got that he was defensive, in a sense, almost exposed, and kind of got like he didn't think that you would go there. And when his logic was out the window because you was trying to help him. I think it was their father-in-law opened up a school, something like that, and he was like, I don't need to hear the story. He was like, why not? It can help you. It kind of exposed itself, in my opinion, man. Got to be honest.
You know, there's a saying. It's a country saying. And it goes, only a hit dog hollers.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if something doesn't really pertain to you, then you shouldn't really get upset by it. You see, and when people get upset by certain accusations, sometimes it's because those accusations may be true. I'm gonna be honest, I walked away with a bad taste in my mouth. You know, I walked away feeling like, you know, this is someone who will take donations but not advice. You know, this is someone who has a problem with being questioned about where the money is going. You don't want to hear that question over and over again, but you have no problem stating that you are the #1 most requested African scholar in the world. You have no problem, you know, telling people to donate. You can say all those things a million times with no problem. But when it comes to people questioning, you know, and trying to get some transparency, people that might be on the fence about whether they're going to donate or not, you don't want to answer any questions, you know, unless they donate. And then if I donate, I have the privilege of getting on a WhatsApp texting group. Come on, bro. I'm getting ready to bring a brother on named Q Butter, okay?
Oh yeah, shout out to Q.
Word.
Shout out to Q Butter, who started a school out in Brooklyn. Okay. And he's very transparent with his funds and all of that. And I just want to show that as a comparison, you know. And I might bring my father-in-law. He kept saying your brother because he wasn't even listening to what I was saying. But yeah, I might bring my father-in-law, who's been doing this for 36 years now. You know, when he decided to create a school, from the time of inception in his mind to the time it was a physical thing, was months, not years, months. And yeah, he started small. He started with those 3 trailers I was talking about, and he probably rocked in those trailers for 17 years. 280 kids, though. You see what I'm saying? Doing the work, however you can do it. And then 2000, he got a 5-story building. Go Google it right now. Go Google it. It's Googleable. I've been in there. Ain't nothing wrong with nothing in there. This is a big ass building, big ass classes, students in uniforms and all of that type of stuff, where he's raising money independently. It's not no government grants and all of that type of shit. He's been doing that for the last 20 years. Doing the work. And you've never heard of this man. But we all heard of Umar Johnson.
Yeah.
So come on, man.
Now you took your foot off his neck because you had him, and in my opinion, in the conversation. But I think you kind of let him slide towards the end. Did you kind of start feeling sorry for him, like, yo, this dude's exposed. I got him now. You kind of fell back a little bit on the panel. Because
I knew that yes, he did expose himself. You know what I mean? Just with his actions and all of that. There was no more I needed to do. I didn't need to stick. I'm not here to try to murder my guests and all of that. He's still a guest. In the house of the Godcast. You know what I mean? And I treat my guests. You try to treat your guests well, but if they out of line, they out of line. You know what I mean? I could have got crazy and all of that, but I just felt like the people see what it is right now. Let's just move on. Let me make this so I can continue this interview, and then we can end it in a place where he doesn't feel like he was ambushed or anything. Because I wasn't trying to ambush him. He brought it up about the school. I just don't know if he knew I knew the history on a lot of the stuff surrounding it.
It's never easy in our profession to do those kind of videos. We sat back and watched Umar. I remember being introduced to him back in 2010 and listening to the man articulate himself, and the way that he brought about information to our people was enlightening. And you hear about a school, it's like, yes, how do we get involved in that? At the time, I had a young son. He was 2 years old. And it's like, I would love to have my son in something like this with this brother. This is what we need. 10 years later, him still spewing the same rhetoric. And then we've done a few videos. We don't like to do many, but we've done a few. And then you've happened to have an interview, which is better than anything, to disseminate the information to the people. Some of them grasp it, but most of us will deem us coons, haters, this, that, or the third, because we're in love with the information. What do you feel about the backlash that you're going to receive from this interview and the people that won't get it and just won't understand really that we're trying to help?
I don't never care like if you know how I got popular on the internet in the first place, is because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care what these people think about me. Yeah. Like that doesn't affect me really. Like I done gone against all kind of motherfuckers' opinion. So the fact that a couple of people who follow the brother, and rightly so, he has a great mind. Like don't get it twisted. Like when it comes to what he's talking about with child psychology and all of that type of stuff, he's spot on with that. It's just I feel like he may not be a good businessman. He may have his ego in the way that stops him from progressing in other areas. Just because you're a brilliant mind in one area doesn't mean you're a brilliant mind in all areas. He could be a horrible real estate businessman for all we know. You see what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Like, you're not showing us that, you're sufficient in those areas. So I've already had a couple people. There's some joker out there. I forget what his name is. He sound like, you know, a real Umar, like he carries his nuts on a sack over his shoulder and shit. Some C spot or some nigga like that. I don't know his name, but he keep making videos. Yo, Lord Jamar, disrespect. Like, it's not disrespect to question anybody
right.
in our community. I don't care who it is. Like, I don't care who it is. Like, there are no sacred cows anywhere. Like, if you profess to be about this, about black people, then you should have no problem coming before the congregation and, you know, bearing yourself. You know what I mean? And letting us vet whether you're worthy of following or supporting or whatever the case may be. And if you are, we're going to rock with you hard. If you're not, we're not going to rock with you. And I told people, soon my joint's going to be, certain people's not going to want to come on because they're not going to want to answer the hard questions. And then I'm just telling you, watch out for those type of people. A word, you don't want to go on the Godcast? Why not? Why not? Because you know Lord Jamar is going to ask you that shit that other people won't ask you. So, yeah, you know. And if you do go on there and you answer, you get through, then the people's going to support you even more. So I suggest you come on the Godcast if you really about that life.
Or do you genuinely think he ever had the intent on opening a school?
Probably, yes. But you know, you start to see a whole bunch of money coming in, hundreds of thousands of dollars. That can cloud anybody's judgment. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you have to have a certain moral, you know, and then it's just you. Maybe there's not people to hold you accountable. You just looking around, donations are coming in, and it's just you. Oh, they know they won't. I mean, I gotta live, right? You know, everybody justifies something in the beginning, you know, and then it might get away from you. I don't know. I'm just speculating of what it could be. But the fact that you're not transparent makes people speculate. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to just be transparent to people that are donors. I can go, I'm not a stockholder in, you know, different companies, but I can go see what their activity is right now to decide whether I want to invest in this company. I can see how it was performing in the stock market previously because that's public record.
Yep. Especially he got a nonprofit, so he's supposed to, like Q Butter's going to tell you, show his books.
Right, and according to what I've seen, he's not up to date with his nonprofit status. He hasn't paid. He hasn't showed his books to the IRS for the past 2 years, and that's something I found out after the fact. So I'm gonna be honest. You know, if I were you, I'd give to the Trey Whitfield School. I'd give to Q Butter School before I even thought about giving to an imaginary school that's in somebody's mind. I would give to schools that are actually up and operational. And his is not the only one. My godfather, I mean my stepfather's my father-in-law. My father-in-law's school is not, you know, some RBG school. You know what I mean? Like, but it's mostly black kids in there. You understand what I'm saying? But he'll take Spanish kids and, you know what I mean? Take all nationalities, all religions or whatever. The kids can pray in there if they want to. That's why he don't get money, because he allows the kids to pray if they want. So that's how it's different as far as maybe ideology. It's not in Pan-African school. You know what I mean? But it does. The ideology doesn't matter. How you get to the goal is what should matter. You see what I'm saying? The jewels of how he was able to put that school together should be something that anybody could learn, regardless of what their curriculum is.
No doubt. Now, the last couple of weeks, man, you've been embroiled in a controversy over the Vlad TV situation.